In this section on understanding the NDIS, we will cover what the NDIS is, what a psychosocial disability is, some of the myths we encountered, and the types of supports available under the NDIS. From Project Embark's consultation, we found that quite a few people aren't familiar with the NDIS, particularly when it comes to details such as the requirements for eligibility. To be eligible for the NDIS, a person has to be under the age of 65 years old, an Australian citizen or permanent resident, reside in Australia, and have a disability or psychosocial disability that is likely to be lifelong and substantially impacts on their ability to participate in day-to-day life. We found that it's important to explain the NDIS to the target group in a way that's relevant to people and identifies the possible benefits they could get from it. To do this, it's important to understand it ourselves. Embark's brochure, I Can Help People Understand the NDIS, aims to explain the NDIS and how it's relevant to people experiencing homelessness and psychosocial disability. This can be found on Project Embark's website. One of the barriers Project Embark identified is that the term psychosocial disability is not widely understood by the general public. A number of people from the project's target group and service providers did not understand how the term differs from having a mental health condition. Not everyone with a mental health condition will have a psychosocial disability. When the symptoms of a mental illness affect an individual's ability to function day to day and restricts them from social and economic participation, such as looking after themselves, accessing the community, pursuing further education, and entering the workforce, it is referred to as a psychosocial disability. Individuals experiencing both homelessness and a psychosocial disability face a unique set of challenges and barriers when trying to access the NDIS.
Project Embark identified a number of myths through consultation with both individuals experiencing homelessness and service providers. It quickly became evident that a number of the myths surrounding the NDIS were responsible for people not accessing the scheme. One of the videos we've created addresses some of the common myths. One of the most common myths we encountered was that the NDIS is only for people with a physical disability, when in fact you can be eligible if you have a psychosocial disability. Another is that the NDIS will take away a person's pension. Receiving an NDIS package won't impact your pension. Many people who are on the disability support pension are also on the NDIS.
To navigate the NDIS, it's important to understand the types of supports that are available under an NDIS package. This also helps to make it relevant to a person who may wish to apply. Firstly, CORE is funding for supports to enable a participant to complete activities of daily living and community participation to work towards their goals and objectives, such as assistance with personal care or domestic tasks like cooking and cleaning. Secondly, we have capacity. Capacity is supports that enables a participant to build their independence and skills, such as intensive support to develop and maintain relationships, increase engagements in social activities, and finding and transitioning into paid employment. One of the capacity building supports recommended for this cohort is support coordination. Support coordinators help people implement their NDIS plans and connect with family, friends, and service providers. They aim to build a participant's independence. It is important to advocate for people experiencing psychosocial disability and homelessness to get support coordination funded in their NDIS plans. SIL is supported independent living. This support is for individuals with extremely high needs. This is funding to live in shared accommodation with 2 to 7 people, with support up to 24 hours, 7 days a week. And lastly, capital is an investment such as assistive technologies, equipment or home or vehicle modifications, or funding for capital costs, such as paying for specialty disability accommodation. Examples of these include a wheelchair, walking stick, or things like grab rails.